All right. So it's gonna be minus 10% plus 10%. So the way you do it, do the math is you say 800 times 0.9%. 800 times 0.9% is gonna give you 720. Should give you, yeah, that's right. 720. So that's minus the 10% minus, right? Which is 800 square feet. If you think about it like this, it's really 10% times 800, which is 80, right? And then you
Yeah.
subtract 800 from the 80, and it's gonna give you 720, and then you add, and then on the plus side, you just add 80 to 800, and it'll give you 880. So that's the minus 10. That's why it's minus 10 and plus 10, because you're just adding the 10%. But to do the math on a spreadsheet, if you do the 0.9 times 0.9, it'll give you the number without you having to subtract, if that makes sense. It's like it kind of skips a step, but to keep it simple, you just do 10% times the square footage, and then you subtract that 10%, and then you add the 10%. That's your range whenever you're looking at the comps for square footage.
For square footage.
Right. Same thing for the lot size. And the difference with the year built is because it's not a square feet, it's actually a year. You're just subtracting.
So I was told over here that I kind of got confused, but I was told like the way we do it with over here was like if the property is if the property the square footage of a property is 900, we just add 200, like 200, which is 1100, and then the other range would be 700, right? 200 down, 200 up.
Right. The reason why that's okay, but the reason I use this formula is because this is what the appraisers use. So whenever an appraiser is gonna go appraise the property, they use the 10% rule. Two plus or minus 200. I mean, if you look at it from that standpoint, that could be possible. But what if the property is 800 square feet? You're gonna plus or minus 200 square feet off of 800 square foot property. So you're gonna be
Mhm.
comparing 600 square feet properties in a range of then 1100 square feet. That's humongous amount of range there. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So if you do, the reason I like this is because it's very specific. You get now you can go up and down if you don't find anything, but it gives you a specific amount so you can get better comps.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I picked this one because I found I found only one, but it was only like I found one that had a little bit more square footage.
Okay.
So I wanted to see your feedback on it, and this is the reason why I picked this property. I don't know if you saw it or did your
Yeah.
did already, but I couldn't really see comps. But there was one, but it was a little it was the square footage was a little higher than normally.
Okay, and I'll do it with you in real time here, just so you can see like how I would do it. It's not gonna be any different, to be honest with you. Let me see something. Not really gonna be that different, but it's gonna be a tad bit different. It's a less of a step because this is just a single family house, so it's not we don't
Yeah,
have to go into the rental and find all
exactly.
the extra stuff like we did last time.
That's the reason why I was like, you know what? I just want to see your feedback on how you do it, and
Right.
then you know,
So first and foremost, I always like I told you, I always like to look at the tax records because anyone can say what they want. The owner can say anything they want to say about the property. Oh yeah, no, we added square foot and the property is was built in this year. It's like, all right,
yeah,
cool. But guess what? According to the tax records, which is
yeah,
really we go by anyway when we close the property and they run the title, they go by the tax records. Even
yeah,
if you say it's 1,200, like 2,000 square feet, but the tax record showed 1,000,
yeah,
title company, they're gonna look at it for 1,000, right?
yeah,
And that's it.
exactly.
That's kind of how we have to go by it, unfortunately. Now we can verify that later, but I like to go with the tax records, bro. That's my thing. So like I told you, I like to look through it just to kind of browse very quickly, just to make sure everything that they're telling me is true. One thing I noticed is that they don't have. Do you know how many bedrooms this one has? Because it doesn't even show on the text.
I think it was three. Give me 1 second. It is. Can you see my screen or no?
Nah, I can't see it. No.
Never mind. It has. Give me 1 second. It's for Alvin property, right? He
Yeah.
said it was a three bed and 1.5 bathroom.
Okay, so it sounds like he maybe added like half a bath or something, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't document it in the tax records. But that's something that I like to just point out every time for myself. Like if they tell me
Yeah,
one thing that doesn't match up in the tax records, I'm like, okay, what are they
yeah,
up to? Because why is it different in the tax records? See what I'm saying? Are they trying to avoid taxes or trying to avoid to pay more taxes? Did they
yeah,
add more stuff? If they added more stuff, why are they selling? Or if they did add more stuff, did they complete the project? Is it well done? Like all these type of questions I ask myself whenever I look at this stuff, and that kind
yeah.
of adds to me knowing what to value and what to provide them as an offer. So I'm just gonna look through, like I said, bro. I just look through the stuff.
How do you get to this page, bro? Because I have MLS access and mine doesn't come out like that.
Just go right here to where it says text, and you click on that realist tax,
Just text. Okay.
and then it pops up right here, and then you just enter. This shows up. This is what the first,
Oh, I see. I
and
see.
then you just
Okay.
enter the
All right.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we never did that with Josue.
Yeah, I like to do it, bro, because it's again for me, it's more official. It's more
That's
legit.
that's the appraised value right there, the 122.
Which one?
Right there, down, If you go down, right here.
Yeah.
20.
This? Oh,
Yeah,
this is the tax value. So this is the value that the tax
appraised
assesses
value.
the property to be worth as far as taxes. Now this is different because this is not the same as market value. So this is not market value, appraised value, and tax value are all different. Appraised value may be the money that the bank will lend on. So if it's appraised 200,000, the market value for the property may be more than that because again, the
Oh,
market changes. So the market may go up and down. Whereas the appraised value, they look at specific things like what sold in the last year or something like that, or in the last 6 months, what type of fixtures do they have and shit like that. They look at kind of different stuff, but the tax value, you can debate that. Everything is debatable, but
okay.
most of the time, I can as a realtor go to an appraiser or a tax professional or the tax office and be like, hey, y'all are off on the number because
Oh,
look at the market value, and the market value is more dynamic, so it will
and
change more frequently than the appraised value and then the tax value because
so
again,
assessed value if the property is in 22 conditions, like the assessed could go higher than
right,
basically.
it can
Okay.
go higher. Usually, this is appraised lower because this is they just gather information. They don't actually go to the property or anything. They just go off. They may send somebody to go like a realtor or something to go look at the outside,
Yeah,
and then that's it. They won't look at the inside. They won't look at the fixtures. They don't look at anything. They have an algorithm that they put in their computer, and
yeah.
then that's how much that's why they can say, oh, okay, it went up from 122 to 157. But they have no clue. Like this
Yeah.
is usually lower.
Okay.
Um, but the market value, bro, is really what's important because again, the property could be appraised at 200,000, but if nobody's gonna pay 200,000, is it really worth 200,000? No.
Yeah.
The property is worth how much the buyer is willing to pay for it. That's
I
it.
hear
Period. End of story. So that's
you.
kind of why the market value is kind of the most important thing. Appraised value is good if you're getting a loan. Market value is good if you're actually going to buy the home or and
Okay.
sell the home or and do anything with the home. Because again, at the end of the day, the lenders and appraisers have to go by what's going on in the market, not an algorithm. So
Okay.
just something for you to know as far as that. But yeah, bro, I looked at all this. This is interesting. I saw 185. That sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. I don't base all of my, I don't put all my marbles into this just because that's kind of risky to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do any research. I'm just gonna go on here. Oh, 184. All right.
Yeah.
Like, all right, yeah, go ahead and make an offer, and then come to find out that shit not even worth 150, and now you're assed out. You see, so I rather make sure, run some comps, do some research, do my due diligence, and then be like, oh, okay, this was kind of close. But
I
usually, yeah,
I ran my comps like of an offer, a minimum offer where to be at. So
right,
I'm just see like where you're at, and then from
yeah,
there, if
all right, yeah, that's a bad. Well, like I said, bro, I don't. I look at that, but I'm not like, oh yeah, that's it right there. All right, so
okay.
let's get into it. So I'm gonna do the
I
little
actually
thing with
will
the
see.
calculator. All right, so you can see right here. So I'm just again the calculator just helps me to I don't have to do the math myself, but
Yeah.
I gave you the formula already. So plus or minus 10%.
But that one's a little different though.
This one is a little different. Yeah, this one's
The calculator is different.
yeah, I think I sent you the rental one only. I think I
Oh
sent you the
yeah,
rental.
you only sent me the
Yeah,
random one, bro.
yeah, I think I sent you the rental one. Yeah, this one. I have a few that only I use.
Mhm.
These are special ones that I use over my, like I actually customized this one myself and made algorithms myself. So this one's a bit specialized. I kind of don't give this one away unless people kind of pay for it, just because this one took me a while to do and I had to enter a lot of
Yeah.
information and stuff like that. But yeah, this one is different than the other one. But I did send you some free ones though.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are, I mean, if you want this one, I got you. I can definitely get it to you. I'll probably sell it to you. But I mean, I don't usually sell this one just because I got a whole bunch of stuff, bro. I got hard money stuff out here. I got acquisition, private money stuff. So it's like a whole thing that I use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this one's kind of a little advanced that I'd like to use. But either way, the formula is the same, bro. It don't matter what calculator you
Yeah,
get.
yeah, yeah.
The formula is what's important, right? So, yeah, we can talk about that later if you want,
Mhm.
if you want to get it. So I'm gonna enter the square footage here. The year built, I think it was 1970. Yeah, 1970. All right. So again, I'm doing this in real time with you, so I don't know what the value is. I didn't even do any.
Yeah.
I just kind of, oh shit, 1970. We're gonna see what we pull up. Do you know what condition the property's in? Like, you know, if it's in decent condition?
The tenants have been living there for 5 years, so he basically said that they've been good tenants, so it doesn't really need a lot of repairs.
Okay, okay. I would
Yeah,
say that I would,
decent, decent, like
yeah.
decent
Okay,
condition.
okay, okay, cool, cool. I would take that with a grain of salt just because, from experience, having tenants, bro, they're
Ye-
gonna they're gonna wear and tear the property. No matter what,
Yeah,
how good the tenants are, no matter
yeah,
how like excellent, they're gonna cause some wear and tear unless they've been fixing it up every single time. And most of the time they don't because it costs money. And I'm gonna tell you
yeah.
that straight up.
So yeah,
Yeah.
here. So the square footage, bro, from 1075 and 113. That's it's what's the square footage of the property? It was one
Square foot is 1194.
1194. And then so what's in between? How you did what you took off what 300 or was it the
So 10%, yeah. So I took out what is it? 196 times 10%. So it's like almost 200. 200, almost 200 on one side, minus 200, and then plus two, almost 200 on the other side.
Okay, so 200 then.
Yeah, yeah. But again, that's depends on the square footage of the property. It's 200 because
Yeah.
of the size of the property. When we did the 800 square feet, it was only 80 on one side, negative and then plus 80. So it depends. The rule of thumb, bro, is 10%. Just remember 10%. 10% minus, you subtract 10% of the square footage from the square footage. So if it's 800,000 or if it's 1,000 square feet,
Yeah.
10% of 1,000 is 100. You minus 100, so it's 900 square feet. Then you plus 100, it's 1,100 square feet.
Okay, okay.
So that
I
should
got
be.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like to do set numbers like 300 because again, what if the property is like 800 square feet? Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna subtract 300 square feet? That's gonna be like huge ranges.
yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
So that's the only thing. But you know, again, everybody does it different, man. Maybe they find
Yeah.
better properties that way. I haven't. I use what the appraisers use because I know that at the end of the day, they use a specific algorithm and number, and that's how they value the property. So I don't want to debate with them about that. But yeah, bro. Okay, this is what I got so far. Oh shit, this was right on the dot, 185.
Yeah.
Um,
And then that one too as well.
and then this one. Now, when it comes to comps, I like to stay within. Again, I like to use what the appraisers use, right? So the appraisers like to stay within the same subdivision, right? Remember we
Yes,
talked about that same subdivision. They don't like to
exactly.
go like 3 miles down because you might run into different areas and communities. So with this one, and they also like to stay within like natural boundaries. So if they see
Yeah.
like a bayou, they don't want to cross the bayou and be like,
Cross over
okay,
that exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it may be a whole nother neighborhood in that area, a whole nother community. Shit, I can't even speak. Whole nother
Yeah.
community on this side of town because of the bayou. So, and we've seen that, bro. Houston is unique like that. So that's
Mhm.
one thing to consider. I look at this property, I'm like, okay, that's a good comp, but it's kind of far and it's crossing two major streets.
Yeah. Let
So
me
that's
ask you this, Daniel. This is where I get. This is where I'm like, fuck.
yeah,
Should I still do it or not? Let's say if that's like the only thing you could compare it with, would
right.
you consider comparing it with that one?
If it's the only thing I can compare it to, I would. If this is like right here, if this is the only thing that I got, this
Yeah.
one or these two.
Well, that one alone, or both of them at least.
Definitely this one because this one is
Yeah,
right
definitely
down the
that one.
street. Yeah, this one I'm a little bit iffy because I'm like, okay, if it was only this one, I'd be like, all right, let me play with the numbers. That's what I would think. My first thing would be like, all right, let me play with the numbers and see what
Yeah.
else I can find within, a few feet of the property. If there's nothing else at all, nothing, even if I play with the numbers and this is the only thing, then yes, I would consider that one. I would consider, but with a grain of salt, I'd be like, okay, well, this is a different neighborhood, so I'm gonna guesstimate that it's probably close to this, but I'm gonna look at the history of this neighborhood. I'm gonna look back maybe a year, maybe 2 years, and be like, okay, are people buying in this area, and have they ever bought anything close to this price here?
Yeah.
You know, and then if they haven't, then I'm like, okay, maybe this is just a bad neighborhood, or maybe people don't sell there. So I would take it, but I would take it with a grain of salt. It would be like something that I would use, but I wouldn't be like, okay, this is the definite value, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not a straightforward answer with analyzing property. You kind of have to just try to take your best swing at it
Yeah.
on the day
Exactly.
that you get. Yeah. So all right, but this one right down the street. The only problem is this one has 3 bed, 2 bath. So the other one has 1.5.
Three
Um,
beds, 1.5.
yeah. So how important is that to a buyer at the end of the day? Another bathroom, I would say kind of important. I would say kind of important, but if they have a half bath, maybe they can get away with it. I would probably say it's not gonna be 85 though, because if it's half a bath, just straight off rip, if it's half a bath compared to a full bath, people are gonna be like, all right, I'd rather take if it's the same price and you get one full bath, and then in the other property you get half a bath. What are you gonna take? You're probably gonna take the one with the full bath if it's the same
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I would probably say that the half bath probably a little lower than this, but we'll see. I mean, let's see what they got. And there's a lot of factors too, because what if the property that you have that the seller's looking to sell you is bigger, like as far as the open concept? Like, what if
Yeah.
the kitchen is bigger? Okay, then that may balance out the price. Maybe people may put more value on the open concept uh
Yeah.
kitchen than they would an extra bathroom. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But generally speaking, they kind of like to compare apples to apples. So this one, 185. Okay, it's decent. It looks like they did a good job with this. Decent property. I wouldn't say that they like this shit is like on point. Like I mean, it's the best property ever, but they look like they did a decent job. Large backyard. All right, so cool. So we have this. It looked like they did the garage doors too. Those are custom.
Mhm.
Nice. Unless that's paint, which I doubt. It could be paint. I'm not sure. But it looks decent, bro. It looks like they did a decent job with it. Nothing crazy. Looks like a starter home. All right, so we got 185. Bet. All right, so I want to get more information now. We got one comp, 185. Let's play with the numbers here a little bit and see what we come across. If we can find anything um with that. All right, so I just took off the year
Yeah.
bill. All right, look at this one. This one's a 3-1, almost damn near right, same square footage, almost a couple 100 square feet off. 3-1, right down the street. Let's see this one. This one sold for 215. But you can see the open concept kitchen as opposed to the other one. The other one is really narrow. And they did new granite, carpet, new bathroom. All right, cool. So this one, decent backyard, one car garage. All right. So that's good news. This one sold in 9 days, 215 back in September. That's good. Well, maybe this can be I would say this is probably more of a comp than the other one because the other one has two
Yeah.
bed bathroom and this one has one. So all right, so we got 215 on that. Okay, let's see what else we come across here. Let me put the date. Let me put the ranges back in there. And then let me take away. I don't want to take away the square foot because I feel like we're gonna get a lot of options.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of have one comp, but I want to get a few more. I would rather take away. Let's take away the lot size for now and see what we come across. Okay, we got 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,236. Yeah, a lot bigger lot size though. This one is 196. Okay, this one has the same. I would love. Do you have pictures of the property by any chance?
No.
No. Okay. Let me see. Maybe we can pull it up. Maybe we can pull up some pictures if we look for the address. some old pictures or something like that.
on Zillow.
Yeah, maybe they'll be on Zillow. Yeah, let's see if we can find some stuff. All right, this one looks 2-car garage. That's cool. This is a brick house.
Yeah, it's a brick house.
Nice. This one is what is it? It's like veneer or some shit. Oh, it's half brick, half we call it veneer or whatever it is, material. All right. So this one is less than the one that we did before, so we're not really worried about that because it's less. So we already have something at 215 that's damn near almost exactly identical. Let me see something.
Go ahead.
185, 190. All right. Let me go with this right here real quick. All right, so we got 115. I'm gonna go. Finally, I'm just gonna take away the square footage just to see what's out there. I may get a lot of options, I may not, but this sometimes tells me how active the market is. Shit. So it's kind of good because it can tell me, oh, okay, the market is hot in this area, people are buying, so this property is a hot property. Or it can tell me that this area is dead and no one's really buying. But I can from the comps that we pulled, it looks like it's a decent market. Looks like people are buying there. Okay, we got a few properties here, 205, 148. I'm not interested in the 148 just because what we're gonna do with that?
Yeah,
Not gonna do anything.
like we're looking for the ARV, basically, right?
Right, we're looking for the ARV basically. So,
So
right,
that's, I believe this is the one that I saw.
okay, it's the one that you saw. This one is 1,500 square foot, so it's a bit big compared to the subject property.
Huh.
But we can still take a look at it. It looks like they did a good job. It almost looks identical in
Yeah,
the
exactly,
backyard.
right?
Yeah, they have similar traits. Although the backyard for the other one looks a little better. It's a little bigger, or at least it doesn't have the trees. All right, so they did decent work to it. I mean, they changed the granite in the bathroom. They did some work with the flooring. Looks like they repainted or at least replastered the bathroom, new toilet.
Yeah.
Repainted it with the colors of that are hot right now, which are like grayish. The kitchen is narrow, so that's probably why it went for 205 compared to the other one, which went at 215. So the make or break in this area, I can tell you right now, is the kitchen, bro. People seem to like, specifically at least in this area, open concept kitchens,
Yeah.
not the narrow kitchens that they used to have in the 1970s. This one, you see a lot of these narrow kitchens. So one thing I would look out if you go check out that property, bro, is that kitchen. See how that kitchen is?
Yeah.
If it's big, you may get a big paycheck. If it's small, then you may have to work around some stuff. But it's not a huge make or break if they can if they can take a good price on the property. All right, so they didn't change the flooring in the kitchen though, so that's all right. So cool. They didn't really change the countertops, but that's all right. All right, so with this one, I can tell you that they didn't really do that much work to it. Just painting and flooring, and it looks like they possibly did some bathroom work. And that's about it. All right, so 205. This one sold in 20 days, back in October. A little bit bigger. I would be hesitant to include this one just because it's kind of big compared to the other one, and it has a 3-bed, 2-bath. So it's a little bit bigger, but we can use that one as kind of one to keep on our reserves. And this is the other one there's a 3-2. Okay. Now I don't know how big the property is. Maybe they have enough space to build another bathroom in there. I don't know. But for now, we're gonna assume we're gonna take it the way it is, which is 3-1. All right. So just based on what I was able to see right now, bro, we're probably closer to the 215 range. So I wish I had some pictures so I can kind of see what it looks like on the inside. I can tell you. Let me look at the other one again real quick. I want to see how it looks like. I'm gonna give you an exact number here that I think.
But the other ones are sold for 185, right?
Yeah. The other one sold for 185, and then the other one sold for 215. This one right here. But it's a different year. What year is it? 1956. Damn, that's an old ass house. And it's only one garage. So what
That's
the
why
fuck?
That's why I didn't go for that one, right?
Yeah, it's only a one garage, which is a good thing for you because the one that you have is a two garage. So I mean, I'm sure people will like one over two. I mean, two over one.
Yeah.
Bathroom is well done. They did new
But
tile in the
we
bathroom.
can't really go with that one because it's just older, right?
We could. I would go with this one. Why? Because although it's older, I would rather go with an older property than my property because my property looks better. It's more modern than that older property. So I look at that and say that's a plus because how is it that an older property with older model so is able to sell and mine, which is a newer model or at least more modern, can't sell. So
Oh,
I look at that as a plus because if you look at the competition, assuming that let's say they were your competition in the market right now and you did exactly what they did, right? People are gonna,
I would sell my property faster because
yeah,
it's
you would sell
newer.
yours faster just for the simple fact that it's newer, just for that
Yeah,
because you have 20 years over them. So
yeah,
that that they take that into consideration as far as how long the property is going to last and repairs and
yeah.
all that. So but this property was well done. Damn,
Yeah, that one's well done.
we only have 10 minutes left. All right, so I'm gonna give you a quick one since we only got 10 minutes. And then we still have 20 minutes after that, so we'll
Yeah,
just redo it. 2:15. All right, so again, we don't know how bad the condition of the property is. I can just tell you right now, this may or may not be something that investors or buyers in the future may consider. But as an investor, they don't give a fuck about this as far as buying
yeah.
it. Like they'll buy it, whatever. But as far as the end buyer, they'll be like, hey, y'all gonna fix that, or y'all gonna give us a discount to fix this, or what y'all gonna do here?
I
Uh,
hear you.
but it's not terrible. It's not too bad. But all right, cool. Let me see real quick if I can find some more pictures. Maybe there's something on here that we can come across. All right, I don't see anything. It looks decent shape. The roof doesn't look bad either.
Yeah,
Garage doors look good from the picture, but we don't know how old this picture is. All right, cool. Doesn't look bad compared to the let me see. Let me try one last one here. Maybe we'll find something.
and hard.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Look,
There we go. Oh,
oh,
they got the narrow kitchen. We got the narrow
narrow.
kitchen on this one. That's all right. That's all right. So now with that gives us information. That means that we're probably going to be close to that 200 mark, bro. That's going to take off. I would say it's not definite that it'll take off 15,000, but I mean, from what we saw, we didn't see anything with those type of kitchens sell at 215. And the
Okay.
kitchen that we saw that did sell at 215 was considerably different and a lot larger. So we can kind of, I mean, unless we can find more comps that
Yeah,
show that something has sold with that kitchen at that price, then we can maybe update it. But for right now, just to keep it kind of safe, I would probably say that's going to take off 15K off that price, off that ARV. Could be a little less, could be a little more, but just again,
I
just
hear you.
to be safe, I would say 15,000, 200,000 right now, just so far. I can tell you that I mean, I
Narrow
don't
ass kitchen,
know.
bro.
Yeah, the kitchen is super small, bro, super narrow. The doors on here are probably gonna have to be repainted. The backyard's good. I don't see any cracks from the small few pictures I saw in the
Yeah,
brick. They have carpet. It looks like they painted it, which is cool. And
yeah,
you say tenants live there, so I'm sure it's at least livable. Small kitchen though, for sure. I can tell you that thing is tiny, son.
yeah.
Um, all right, so all right, they don't have carpet everywhere, which is cool. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so we don't have that many pictures. All right, so they have carpet in the rooms. They have looks like um what do you call this? It's not vinyl. I think it's vinyl. It's like that fake
What?
wood that you put on
Oh, laminate?
laminate. Yeah, it's not laminate, but it's like the little it's like sheet plastic
Yeah,
looking
yeah, I know what you're
wood.
talking
You
about.
see what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
kind of what it looks like. I don't know. I could be wrong though. All right, cool. So from what we see, carpet, the kitchen is small, and it looks like they at least painted it, and it's livable. They probably have old fixtures. I can tell from the here as well. That's an
yeah,
old faucet. All right, so it's rental grade. So again, we don't know what the investor's gonna do, but if we were going to speculate, we're gonna say 200,000 times how many square feet is this again? So ARV, bro, right now I can tell you it's probably close to 200,000, man. I would if you're feeling kind of generous, 205. You're feeling generous, but I would say 200,000, bro.
I think 200,000, and that'll be times what, 75% or the 70%?
Depends on what the investor's trying to do. In this area, I don't see. Well, one way you can determine that actually, I'll teach you how you can determine if it's good for
Yeah,
a rental or good for a flip. Is you just go to the rental. So okay, what we're seeing here, we're seeing here that there's not that many sales, but there's something, but there's not. It's not like people are dying, to go live in Alvin, at least from what I'm seeing. But people are buying out there.
yeah.
Um, let's see how many properties they've been selling here. All right, so it's a decent market. It's not super hot, but it's not super dead. It's there. It's there. People are selling. Um, nobody's buying over 215,000 from what I see. Yeah, bro, and yeah. So all right, cool. I would say 200,000. That's what I would say. That's just my opinion. I would say 200,000 ARV.
Yeah.
And I would multiply it. Well, let me do something. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna open up the rental side, and I'm just gonna see how many rentals there are there. Are there a lot of rentals, or are there more sales? Let's find out. Let's see what we can come across. We can find in this area. I think there's probably be more rentals, in my opinion. Just kind of
Probably
get.
so.
Yeah, I would say this would be a good rental, but let's find out. Let's see what they got. And if it's gonna be a good rental, then we need to find out
70%.
what the rental amounts are. And yeah, you would do 75% at that point. But I still would do it's iffy, right? Because how good of a deal is it? I would probably do 75% if it's a rental, just because I want to get it sold and shit. Like I'm not I may
So 75% is for rents, and then 70 is what? Or how's that?
75%, 70 is for flips.
70 is for flips,
Right.
and then 75.
And the 75 is for the rentals. But nowadays, again, the market is kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
I think it was 70%.
So I would do 70% just because I want to get it sold. If I want to get it sold and I got them and I got the contract and I'm like, yo, I got to get this thing sold, I would probably fudge the numbers a little bit. I wouldn't fudge the numbers, but I would kind of give him, I would say 75 as opposed to 70 just to sell it. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
deep down, if I was an investor looking to buy it, I'm probably going to value it at 70. So I guess the right thing to do is probably get the deal under contract with the seller at 70%, because you can sell it at 75% to the investor. But then if they're like, dude, no, it's a 70% deal, at least you have it already under contract at
Yeah,
70.
exactly.
So you can at least negotiate. So anything above 70 is just you pocket.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um, all right. Okay, they got a few rentals here. Well, a few 1,500 and above rentals. Not a lot of rentals at all, but they have stuff that's 1,500, which is just cool.
Yep.
Um, we don't have any pictures on this. So we have no clue what the hell they they did to the property. All right, this one looks very similar to that. Actually looks pretty identical.
Yep.
Okay, 2-car garage, decent backyard. They did some stuff to the property, but nothing crazy. What the hell? They painted the doors black. Jesus. Never seen that before.
Narrow kitchen, narrow kitchen, narrow kitchen, narrow kitchen.
Let's see. Oh, they do got the narrow kitchen. Let me see. Yeah, I
They
think
do.
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's take a better
It's
look.
not open constant.
It's not open
Open
concept at all. Yeah, they tried to make it look big. You see how they tried to make it look big
Oh
here?
yeah.
They try to like the angles and shit. And look what they
Yeah,
tried to do.
yeah,
The picture's
yeah.
not showing the other side, so you're like, oh shit, that's a big ass kitchen. Hell no, that thing is tiny. Look at that. Yeah, so that's a narrow kitchen. All of these houses are like that because they all were built in the 1970s. So they all
Okay.
have the same kitchens. All right, so 1675 is what somebody paid it, rented out in 16 days, which is good. The only problem is this one has a 4-bedroom. Jesus. This is a 4-bedroom?
3/4. Maybe I don't
Oh, no,
know.
it's a 3-bedroom. No, it's a
3
three.
1, 3 1,
It's
3
a
2.
three. Yeah, it's a 3-2 with a combo room in there, like a
Okay.
little office or something. All right, so it's a 3-2. It's about the same size. I'll probably say like the property you have would maybe rent 1,550, 1,500, something like this, maybe 1,500. I think so. Um, yeah, 1,500. This one's a little bit bigger though. 100 square feet more, but 1450 to 1500 is probably what I would say your property would rent for. There's not a lot of rentals in this market at all, bro. But
Yeah.
let's do this real quick. See if I take this out. Ah, there's nothing. All right, let's see if I take the square footage out. What we got? Damn, are we serious?
Nothing, just a two, same
Just
two.
two. Just two. Let me see if we took the year out. Wow. Yeah, there's not that much property here at all, bro.
Renting.
People don't like to really rent in this area. Let's take this out and see what happens. It's a little bit more,
5.
but I saw more sales in here with the same parameters.
Sales, right?
Yeah, I saw more sales.
So fix and flip.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, fix and flip. This will be a fix and flip area. And look at that. Same parameters,
Yeah.
different results. Look at that. Yeah, people are buying more in this area. I would say because it's cheaper and because it's well, let me see something. How far is it from League City? Yeah, I mean Alvin has blown up and a lot of people are buying